Good morning, guys. Yesterday, I assigned all of you to create a piece of artwork by the end of the day on Friday using the theme of isolation. This project comes to us from the Kaneko Art Center in Omaha, Nebraska, and they're doing a global call for artwork that they will use to tile their entire center. So they're taking in digital submissions of all the work that they get. And when all of this is over, they're going to have a giant art show. And this is just the first of a series of art calls by them. So that's where this project came from. And you could see all the information about that in the little link that I posted yesterday from their website on that video. So I asked you yesterday to brainstorm what isolation means to you. I wanted this project to be uniquely personal and it reflects what this time and what's going on kind of means to you and what that feels like, what that sounds like. And I posted some questions yesterday and then asked you to do some thumbnail sketches. 6, because when we're making artwork, a lot of times our first idea is not our greatest idea. So here you can see I've done a quick thumbnail sketch, and I had posted a little bit of a video yesterday what thumbnail sketches are and how to make thumbnail sketches. And so if you didn't take time to do that yesterday before starting your project, I definitely recommend that you do that. Anybody who had images posted yesterday, I think it was about 4 o'clock, that I looked through all of the thumbnails that had been turned in and commented, gave some of you some feedback, and just let you know that I was looking at your work. So today I will do that as you start to work. So this was yesterday's job. Today, you can go ahead and use whatever your final idea was to start working on your project. You need the project to be 8 by 8 inches. If you don't have a ruler at home, but can find just a regular sheet of paper, like an old photocopy from school or something, that is 8.5 inches wide. So you can kind of use that as reference for 8 inches. You can use cardboard, you can use paper bag, you can use whatever materials you can find basically for this project, including digital. So if you happen to be one of the lucky people that has a tablet and you have been working on digital artwork on your tablet or on your phone, you can go ahead and use digital formatting, just making sure that that is going to be 8 by 8 inches in terms of your canvas size. Yesterday, I think I worked it out that if you're just going by pixels, I think it's like 1640, 1640 pixels by 1640 pixels. That ends up giving us about 8 inches. And then this can be realistic or this can be abstract. So it can be totally about colors and textures and shapes. It can include text as you see fit. Poetry and that sort of thing was allowed. So you get to decide what this project looks like for you. If you are one of my painting students and have no paint at home, you can see here I have some paint on my sketchbook. This is actually food dye, Easter egg, food coloring. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Food coloring. I found these down in my kitchen cupboard and was experimenting with them a bit today. So I put a couple of drops of the blue out here on my palette, and then mixed water in to make these lighter shades. So this is just straight blue food coloring here, and you can see that it's quite dark. If you add a little bit of water, you can change the value of that blue food coloring. So you can see as I drag it that way, it got a little lighter. The colors mix and paint exactly like watercolors do. So if I want to make green, I can mix yellow with a little bit of blue, and I'll make green, more water, makes them lighter. So it's very much so like working with watercolors. So if you don't have paint at home at all, go ahead and ask your family if you have food coloring, because that will work great. And then if you don't have a paintbrush, maybe you have a Q-tip. Q-tips work pretty good as little paintbrushes, with some water. Another thing that I've seen online is people painting with coffee. Most of the time they're recommending instant coffee. So if you have powdered coffee, you can mix kind of like a paste of it and get a really dark brown. I tried this yesterday. So this is leftover coffee from my coffee pot yesterday morning. And you can see that I dumped grounds into it last night in this little like yogurt container, hoping that it would get really, really dark. But it is not really, really dark at all, actually. It's quite light. So here, a couple of layers and I get a little bit darker brown. So that's 2 or 3 layers at this point. But it is not as impressive as some of the coffee paintings I have seen on the internet. So I'm not really sure what they're doing. And my guess is, like I said, that it's instant coffee and they're able to make a solution that's very, very strong. As you post your work, or I do want you to spend like 3 or 4 hours making this piece of artwork, which is why I assigned it to you yesterday and I'm not collecting it until Friday. So what I need you to do is plan on spending about an hour a day. You can go ahead and post a process shot. So you can post where you're at today after you get started. And I will give you, this will be particularly useful if you want my help or if you want my feedback at all. Please feel free to reach out with questions. Or if you just want my feedback, I will kind of monitor my email today. Otherwise, I just need you guys to work on this project. So it's going to feel like I didn't give you any work to do, but you have work that's kind of ongoing today. So happy creating. And I am looking forward to answering your questions, surfing any problems that you have, and seeing your finished work. Have a good day.